game. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now, without further delay, we're going to take you to the field where Tim Parrish is going to bring you the pregame show and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game and go Lumberjack! And welcome, Lumberjack fans, here at Marzulli Field at St. Mary City Park, where your Lumberjack boys getting set to take on the Bulldogs of Grangeville in the 3A Central Idaho League matchup. This game originally scheduled for yesterday, but the weather was perfect here in town yesterday, but the field took a little bit of rain the night before, had a few too many wet spots, and it was just not going to be playable yesterday. So they put Grangeville boys to come back up today to play here today. The girls played yesterday. The girls got a good Central Idaho League win, 14-6 over the Grangeville Bulldogs. The girls on the road for a makeup game in Kellogg this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And we opted to stay in town and cover the boys game since we did the girls game yesterday. Tomorrow, as long as the weather's good and holds out and everything remains okay, I believe Priest River comes to town for both boys and girls, and we'll more than likely shift down to the girls' side of things tomorrow after doing boys today, just to try to keep things as even as possible. But that is, I think, what the schedule is so far at the moment. Current temperature, 66 degrees, mostly sunny today. Pretty nice afternoon, a little bit of a breeze. Should be some good day for some baseball action. Game is set to start at 2 o'clock with a varsity and then a JV after that. We are trying once again our stream with our Sideline HD program. It didn't work, couldn't get things to work right yesterday with it. We're trying again with a couple different things, and it'll be on our Facebook channel this time. We have the audio stream on YouTube that is live as well, just in case the video stream doesn't work for the Facebook channel. So we'll see how things work, but I'm having some issues with that Sideline HD program so far this year. Of course, I've only tried this only the second time trying it this year, but last year it worked pretty good for the most part. But we're trying to get that. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, got a few updates on some track and wrestling, or not wrestling, wrestling's over, track and golf. But then we should be getting ready for that first pitch, get you some lineups and stuff like that. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more.
With a P1FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary. Well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24-plus years of experience and served from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, the coaches and the umpires meeting at home plate. And we are just a few minutes away from getting things rolling here. And let's see, my pregame's kind of not very full of information today just because I was late getting things taken care of today. So we've got some information here from track. They were at the Lewiston Invitational the other day. Raven Yearout took third place in the 200-meter dash. Hayden DeFort took second place in the 110-meter hurdles. Julian Grimaldo took fourth place in javelin. He also pushed his school record out another 4 feet. Julian also took first in the triple jump. Isaiah Gustav took second in the 300-meter hurdles and first in the 110-meter hurdles. St. Mary's took 6 out of 19, or the boys took 6 out of 19 teams, and they beat all their Central Idaho League opponents yesterday, or not, I might have been yesterday, in that track meet. The girls also outscored all of their Central Idaho League opponents as well. So congratulations to the track team. And if I can find, let's see, upcoming schedule, let's go ahead and look at that. Like I said, girls are at Kellogg today. They're going to be playing at 3 o'clock. And then tomorrow, baseball, Priest River is going to be here in town. It says a doubleheader. And actually, it should be a doubleheader because the boys have already played up in Priest River. Softball is also hosting Priest River tomorrow, and that says it's a doubleheader as well. So we will have definitely the softball game, or at least if it's 2 varsity games, probably both of those games on tomorrow for the girls as they play Priest River. Track, it says on Friday they'll be at the Lewiston Invite at the Sweeney track. And then on April the 3rd, which is next Thursday, I believe, will be St. Mary's at Kendrick for doubleheader. So some more baseball action down there. Now let's see if I can find the update on golf from, I think it was yesterday. Give me just a second here. Trying to find the stuff on Facebook, so I know I've seen updates. So Lumberjack golf team, they were at the Lapway Invite. I believe that was yesterday. Braden Buell and Paige Offerman both finished in the top 10 in their fields. And the Lady Jacks placed 3rd. So that's pretty good for the golf team. And their next match will be April 7th in Pinehurst. So congratulations to the golf team as well, as they had a pretty good showing for their golf match yesterday. We'll take another quick break. The coaches and umpires are done at home plate, so St. Mary's will head out in a moment to do their little opening warm-up, and then we'll be getting you that lineup and stuff here after a quick break.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities, local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
And we are back, and we are getting first batter up for the Grangeville Bulldogs. It'll be Thane Williams batting first. For the Lumberjacks, out on the mound, it's Chris Brousseau. Behind home plate is Amato Stewart. Russell Brousseau over at first as the first pitch delivered outside for ball one. Sawyer Nantel will be at second base. Peyton Lingo at third. Landon Holmes at short. Jackson Harold in left. Caden Morris center field, and Cody Mitchell in right. And that next pitch is the outside corner for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Williams. Next pitch on the way. Nice pitch, and Chase kind of one that came across a little bit low. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It looked too good early on for Thane to pass up on. Thane Williams, Troy Long on deck for the Bulldogs. That next pitch is tagged into deep center field. Caden Morris coming over on it, and kind of lost that one, I think, in the sun. Williams is going to round second, heads to third, and he'll be on a big triple into center field. And I really think that ball kind of was lost maybe a little bit in the sun for Caden out there. That thing hung up out there for a long time. So the Bulldogs with a runner on third in scoring position brings up Troy Long. Troy, the right fielder for the Bulldogs. On deck is David Goakoa. First pitch a bit high, ball one. Brousseau checks third, now sets up, gets his signals from Stewart. Next pitch on the way. That's going to be lifted into left field. That'll drop for a base hit and an RBI as Thane Williams will come across. And he's actually going to try. Long does try to get over to second on the throw, but he's going to be tagged out. So 1 out, 1 run across for the Bulldogs. Brings up Goakoa. Goakoa thought about swinging at that one. Might have, should have, as that one comes across as a called strike. On deck for the Bulldogs is J.T. Jackson, the second baseman. 1 out. That's going to be hit right at Landon Holmes at short, and Landon just doesn't even have to move out of his stance. Grabs that one right out of the air on the line drive for out number 2. So the second baseman, J.T. Jackson, steps up. Taylor Brown on deck for the Bulldogs. And he's going to hit that first pitch, and that's going to be caught by Jackson Harold from the left field side. And that'll be 3 outs. But the Bulldogs do come up with 1 run on a big triple by Thane Williams. And they had 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And that is the Bulldogs 1, St. Mary's nothing. And the bottom of the first, St. Mary's will have Caden Morris, Jackson Harold, and Landon Holmes, the top 3 batters when we return.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back, and let's take a look at the outfield in just a second here. So the Bulldogs have David Goakoa pitching, Thane Williams behind home plate. First base is Taylor Brown. Second is J.T. Jackson. Third base is Gage Smith. Shortstop Caden Wasmuth. Will Told in left. Cooper Poxleitner in center. Troy Long over in right field. Leading off for Lumberjacks, Caden Morris. On deck, Jackson Harold. In the hole is Landon Holmes. Caden steps into the box, ready for his first pitch from Goakoa. David gets his signals from Williams. First pitch on the way. Caught that outside corner, strike one. I think Caden might have thought it was a little bit low, but I think it was just at the knees, maybe a little bit above. 0-1 count to Morris. That pitch is just outside. I think that one just barely missed the corner of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to be a ground ball, basically one hopper out in the center field, and Caden Morris is on base with the single. Kind of think that one took a hop almost about 4 feet out in front of the plate and just bounced up high. Brings up Jackson Harold for the Lumberjacks. On deck is Holmes. Morris takes the lead on first. Goakoa gets a signal, checks Morris, now looks back in. Pitch on the way. Took a swing at a high pitch there. Ball 1, or strike 1. Next. Pitch on the way. Nice pitch. Good swing. Strike 2. 0-2 count to Harold. Goakoa gets his signals from Williams. Now the pitch on the way. Nice looking curveball, I think. Strike 3. That'll bring up Landon Holmes with 1 out, runner at first. Holmes steps into the batter's box. On deck is Peyton Lingo. Goakoa takes a look to first. Now set. The pitch on the way. Big swing and a miss. Looked like a fastball, possibly. Strike 1 to Holmes. Gets his signals again from Williams. Checks over to first. They're going to get the throw to first. No, he just barely gets under the tag. That was a close play over at first on the pickoff attempt. Oh, 1 count to Holmes. Goakoa looks in, gets a signal. Sets up. Pitch on the way. Oh, we're going to call it a strike right there. Again, I think that was one where Landon thought it was a little low. 0-2 count, though, for Holmes. Now he has to swing at anything close to protect that at bat. Pitch on the way. Swing and miss on it. Would look like a curveball. Strike 3. 2 outs. Runner on first for the Lumberjacks. Peyton Lingo steps up. He's the third baseman. Chris Brousseau, the pitcher, on deck. First pitch to Lingo on the way. Strike 1 called. Goakoa ready. Pitch on the way. Outside corner, I thought saw strike 2. Delacoa has a pretty good pitch going right now. 0-2 the count to Lingo. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be down low. Tried to get him to chase one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Lingo. Delacoa shaking off the calls from Williams. Finally says yes to one. You can shake off about 4 different signals from Williams. Oh, Lingo thought that one was a little bit low. Looked a little low possibly from here, but going to catch him looking for strike 3. Lumberjacks have no runs on that bottom of the first with 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base into the top of the second inning. It's 1-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Talon Brown stepping to the plate for Grangeville when we return.
Jacksville Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jacksville Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jacksville Trucking.
Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, "Go Lumberjacks!"
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
It's the kid in grade school who paints their face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special?
They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. I actually got a little bit behind there. Talon Brown to the plate for the Bulldogs, and that first pitch is wide for ball 1. 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Next one is a little dribbling ground ball. The pitcher, Brousseau, going to scoop it. The throw to first is going to be in time, as it's Chris Brousseau to Russell Brousseau for the ground out. That'll bring up Caden Wasmuth for the Bulldogs. Shortstop, adding the number 6 slot. Traven Sickles on deck for the Bulldogs. First pitch on the way. Outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch to Wasmuth. Ground ball. Coming over to try to scoop it up is Landon Holmes. He's going to boot that one, and I don't think I'm going to give that as an error. Probably is, but always at the discretion of the scorekeeper. I'm not the official scorekeeper, so it doesn't matter as much. And he had to come over to his right from his position and tried to get that glove out there and grab it. It came off the heel of his glove. Let's run at first. Traven Sickles is going to have the first pitch outside for a ball. They try to get the throw down to first in time to catch Wasmuth off the bag, but he gets back in time. 1 ball, no strikes to Sickles. Next pitch. High outside on that one. They're going to try the throw to second, and I think I had a chance at maybe getting him, but it would have been a close play. Ball gets past the second baseman out there and the shortstop, actually bounced underneath the gloves of both of them. So runner at second, 2 balls, no strikes to Sickles, 1 out. Top of the second inning, Bulldogs lean 1-0 over the Lumberjacks. Next pitch on the way. Hit deep into left. Jackson Harold over for the catch. Two outs. Brings up Will Told for the Bulldogs. On deck is Poxleitner. Brousseau checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. Nice pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Told looked like he thought that was going to come in tighter inside, so he ducks out of the way. Catches that inside corner of the plate. Brousseau checks over to Wasmuth at second. Sets up. Pitch on the way. Low. Ball 1. Amato lost that ball for a second, able to find it quickly. 1-1 count to Will Told. 2 outs, runner on second for the Bulldogs. Next pitch on the way. That one misses well outside. Oh! Nice throw down to third as Wasmuth took off. I think he thought the ball got away from the catcher a little bit, and that would have been a close play at third. That ball pops out of Peyton Lego's glove right there at the last second. Runner at third for the Bulldogs now. That pitch comes across low to Told. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Told. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Wasmuth hoping to come in to score a run. 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. That'll be a called strike. Now the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. See if Brousseau can come back and win the battle here. The next pitch on the way. That's going to miss just outside. Ball 4. Puts runners at the corners for the Bulldogs. It'll bring up the number 9 batter, Poxleitner. Cooper, the center fielder. Coach Lounsbury. Drake going to go out, call his infield in, and give him a quick instructions here, I think, on the runners at the corners. Maybe a little defensive instructions here. I have to specify when I can. I can't just say Coach Lounsbury because head coach is Brian Lounsbury. Assistant is Drake. Oh, they'll reset. Everybody goes back to their spots in the infield. Poxleitner waiting for his first pitch from Brousseau. Pitch on the way. That one's up high over the head for ball 1. Good job again by Stewart getting up out of his stance and getting that ball. That could have actually gotten behind him and maybe advanced a run. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Brousseau. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Brousseau takes a look over to first base. Pitch on the way. A little high. It might even be a little outside. Ball 2. 2-1 count to Poxleitner. If Poxleitner gets on base, he'll be back to the top of the order. That'll be Thane Williams. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be just outside again. 3-1 count now to Poxleitner. Three-one pitch on the way. Swung at one that ended up in the dirt. Strike 2. Runs the count full. 3-2. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Going to catch him looking, and that'll retire the side. So the Bulldogs strand 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. Into the bottom of the second, it's still the Bulldogs up 1-0 over to Lumberjacks. It'll be Chris Brousseau leading off when we return.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette-Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette-Record, pick up a copy today. And we are back. David Goakoa on the mound for the Bulldogs. Chris Brousseau with his first at-bat of the game. Amato Stewart on deck. Sawyer Nantel in the hole. For the last game here, when St. Mary's played Post Falls, I seen Sawyer here, but he wasn't dressed up or anything. I thought he wasn't playing baseball this year. Apparently, I was wrong. I almost asked him, too, but then I see him on the lineup today, and I thought, oh, he is playing, so good. The pitcher for the Lumberjacks steps up. First pitch is going to be a strike. Oh, 1 count to Brousseau. Next pitch. This is low. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Brousseau. Goakoa has 15 pitches. 28 pitches for Brousseau through 2 innings. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing on that inside one. Yeah, probably would have been a strike unless it was a little high, but 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Brousseau. Again, Goakoa telling Williams, nope, I don't like those ones. Yes to that one. Pitch on the way. Ground ball down the first base line will be foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brousseau. Lumberjacks got their new jerseys in, all black this year for St. Mary's. 1-2 count. That pitch is going to miss low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brousseau. They got black jerseys with gold numbers. Next pitch. Oh, and that's going to hit Brousseau, so he'll get on base with a hit by pitch. No outs, runner on first. Amato Stewart steps to the plate. And Lumberjacks still having, they're CT on their right arms. In honor to Coach Teft. The catcher for Lumberjacks, Amato Stewart, steps to the plate. No outs, runner on first. First pitch to Stewart. Oh, inside on that one. Got him to swing, strike 1. That pitch might have actually broke in. 0-1 count to Stewart. Next pitch on the way. That one almost hits him. Just gets out of the way. Chris Brousseau over to second. Call it a pass ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stewart. Thane goes out, takes the ball back to Goakoa, gives him a couple of words of discussing strategy maybe. Thane heads back to home plate. If I remember right, Grangeville played and beat Bonners Ferry in one of their games that they played there. They played a single against Bonners Ferry the same day St. Mary's did last Saturday down in Lewiston. Or on the Friday before. That pitch is going to be fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Stewart. If I remember right, Grangeville beat Bonners Ferry in a fairly low-scoring game. St. Mary's lost in both games to Bonners Ferry. 1-2 count to Stewart. Pitch on the way. And they're going to call out that looked like a good pitch, but I guess it's ball 2. And it did hit the Williams in the face mask. 2-2 count to Stewart. Delacoa again shaking off that first call from Williams. Check second base. 2-2 pitch on the way. High and inside. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Delacoa says yes to the signal from Williams. 3-2 pitch on the way in. Called strike 3. Is he going to catch Stewart looking? Got to swing at anything close to the plate that time on that count. Brings up Sawyer Nantel for the Lumberjacks. He is the second baseman. Russell Brousseau on deck. Caden McMurray, the designated hitter, in the hole. Runner on second, tying run, sitting at second base, in position to score. That's going to be a called strike on that outside corner. Only 1 out. Runners, St. Mary's has the opportunity here to tie this up. That pitch is a nice one. Nantel, a big swing, strike 2. 0-2 count to Nantel. Delacoa checks second. 0-2 pitch on the way. I'm not the umpire from where I'm at. That one looked like it came through low, but it's going to be a called strike. Brings up Russell Brousseau. He's the first baseman, adding that number 8 slot. Caden McMurray in the DH and number 9 on deck. Lumberjacks have a runner in scoring position. Big swing, big cut. 0-1 count as he misses on that one. That pitch on the inside corner of the plate. 0-1 count to Brousseau. Next pitch. A little high, maybe. It might have been outside as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brousseau. One count. Got him on that one. Strike 2. Has that inside pitch again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Outside corner. Nice pitch by Delacoa. So St. Mary's gets 1 on base. They can't get him brought home, though. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Into the top of the 3rd, it's Grangeville 1, the Lumberjacks nothing. Top of the order for the Bulldogs will be Thane Williams with that big triple at his first at bat when we return.
Country Meats, formerly Scheffelmeyer's, is a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports. Country Meats offers retail meats as well as custom processing of your farm-raised animals. Country Meats has a retail shop in Harrison currently open on Saturdays, or stop by their main shop at 18500 South Lane Road in Cataldo. Check out Country Meats' website, countrymeatsid.com, and follow them on Facebook for updates on hours and special offers. That's Country Meats, formerly Scheffelmeyer's, also proud supporters of the Benoit County Fair.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, Go Lumberjacks!
Spring is here, and you can make your home beautiful this summer with help from 10th Street Lumber. Besides all the building materials you'll ever need, 10th Street Lumber has landscaping supplies. They have landscaping bricks, concrete bricks, paving bricks, as well as planting materials. So stop by today, whether you're building a deck, a patio, or planting flowers. 10th Street Lumber has it all. 10th Street Lumber at 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, right here in St. Mary's.
Zane Williams up for the Bulldogs. Hit a triple his first at bat. First pitch comes across low for ball one. That one's going to miss outside, ball two. Let's see. Next pitch is going to be popped up foul territory, and it'll drift all the way out of play for strike one. That pitch is going to be up high, ball three. Three-one count to Williams. Inside, a little high, maybe too far inside as well. Ball four. Brings up Troy Long. He had a single out to left field earlier. He tried to turn that into a double, got caught out at second base. First pitch high and outside. One ball, no strikes to Long. On deck is Goakoa. In the hole is J.T. Jackson. Rousseau stepped off the rubber for a second to chase Zane Williams back to the bag. Now sets back up, checks first, pitch on the way. Williams taking off. Oh, I think that was a ball. Motto trying to get up and get that throw down to second in time. Didn't quite get that ball all the way into his glove before he started to come up out of the stance and lost the ball for a minute. 2 balls, no strikes to Troy Long. Runner on second on the stolen base. That pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes to Long. Next pitch is right down the middle, called strike. 3-1 count to Long. Next pitch. I'm going to give him a strike on that 3-2 count. Again, I've seen it happen before and I've heard about it. It just seems like the batter didn't wait for the call. Automatically assumed there's going to be ball 4. And the umpire says, nope, strike 2. But that next pitch is a ball. So it'll put runners at the corners with no outs for the Bulldogs. Brings up Goakoa. Had a line drive out right to Landon Holmes at the shortstop spot in his first at bat. That pitch high and inside. Amato gives some defensive instructions for the first and third defense. Rousseau, the pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 count to Goakoa. Up high. 3-0 count now to Goakoa. On deck is Jackson and the hole is Brown. Next pitch. Leaves that one up high. Loads the bases with no outs. Brings up Jackson. J.T. Jackson blew out his first at bat to center. Actually, I think that was one that Jackson Harold came over and got. First pitch, he'll be lifted into left field. Jackson gonna call it, get the catch. Big throw into home. And Williams comes across on the throw in. All the runners advance one base, so one run across. Runners at second and third now for the Bulldogs. One out, brings up Talon Brown, grounded out his first at bat. The pitcher, first pitch to him will be a called strike. Next pitch on the way. Outside corner, called strike 2. 0-2 count to Brown. Gonna get a ground ball chopped down the first baseline. It'll be a ground out. He will get credit with an RBI as the runner at third came in. And the runner on second advanced over to third. That was Goakoa. So 2 runs across here in the top of the third for the Bulldogs. Gives them a 3-0 lead over St. Mary's. Wasmuth to the plate with 2 outs. First pitch is up high. He singled over to shortstop, basically, in that first at bat. Oh, 1-0 pitch on the way, up high again. Two-0 count to Wasmuth now. Runner at third for the Bulldogs. 2 runs across here in the top of the third. 2 outs. Rousseau sets the pitch on the way. It's going to be popped out into right field. And coming over making the catch from second base will be Sawyer Nantel. And that will retire the sides. The Bulldogs do get 2 runs on no hits. There was no errors, 1 left on base. And after 2.5 completed innings, it's the Bulldogs 3, St. Mary's 0. It will be the bottom of the order. Caden McMarion on deck. Caden Moore, at the plate, and it'll be Caden Morris on deck.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
Yeah, we are back. Caden McMurray will be leading off for the Lumberjacks here in the bottom of the third. He is the designated hitter. And it'll be back to the top of the order to Morris. First pitch to McMarion. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Down low, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to McMurrian. Next pitch on the way. Inside corner, strike 3. Top of the order for the Lumberjacks. Caden Morris steps to the plate. Jackson Harold on deck. In the hole is Landon Holmes. St. Mary's now down 3-0 to the Bulldogs. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd. If you've got nothing going on later this afternoon, come on out and cheer on the JV Lumberjacks as they'll be taking on Grangeville in Game 2 today. We won't be broadcasting that game, but first pitch as he singled in his first at bat, fouls out and back for strike 1. Next pitch, big swing on what almost looked like it might have been a fastball. Strike 2, 0-2 count to Morris. That was a good pitch to swing at. 0-2 count to Morris. 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside corner, gonna get him looking. I've seen a few too many Lumberjacks right now so far in the early parts of this game go down looking. They'll bring up Jackson Harold. He went down swinging in his first at bat. 2 outs, nobody on. Bring Landon Harold on deck, or Landon Holmes on deck for St. Mary's. Inside pitch on that one, swing and a miss, strike 1. Alcoa has some good movement on his pitches. 0-1 pitch on the way. Foul that one off to the Grangeville dugout. 0-2 the count now. Alcoa getting his signals from Williams. 0-2 pitch on the way. Man, nice pitch, nice curve on that, and strike 3. And that is out number 3. 3 up and 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the 3rd. Into the top of the 4th inning is the Bulldogs 3, the Lumberjacks 0. It'll be the designated hitter, Traven Sickles, to the plate when we return.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
And we are back. Chris Brousseau continues on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Traven Sickles flew out to left field in his first at bat. I think Jackson has made a couple of good catches out there so far today. First pitch to Sickles. High, just a bit, ball 1. Next pitch is going to be a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sickles. That one is hit deep center. It's going to get into the gap between both. And it'll be a double. Oh, he's going to just beat the throw. That was a good close play at second base. Lumberjacks thought they got him as he slid into the bag at second, but they umpire said that he beat the throw. So a runner at second for the Bulldogs. Brings up Will Told. That first pitch might have been a strike. I looked away for just a second. Next pitch on the way. That one's up high. That's a ball. Looks like it's 2-0 count to Told. Told walked his first at bat. Next pitch on the way. That one's inside. 3-0 count. And that one will miss. Ball 4. So runners at the corners for the Bulldogs with no outs. Kind of what happened in that last inning. They had runners at the corners, no outs. They ended up with bases loaded. Brings up Poxleitner in the bottom of the order for the Bulldogs. 0 for 1, struck out looking in his first at bat. First pitch is high. One 0 pitch on the way. Runner taken off. Low inside. Ball 2. Runners now at second and third in scoring position for the Bulldogs. 2 balls, no strikes to Poxleitner. No outs. Top of the 4th. Next pitch. Down low. Ball 3. That one came off of Stewart's face mask, I think, and bounced down that third base line. That's the only thing that probably saved the run from coming in is the fact that that ball went down the third base line. If it had gone down the first base line, he might have taken off from third. 3 balls, no strikes to Poxleitner. 60 pitches for Brousseau. That one will be a called strike down the middle. 3-1 count now to Poxleitner. Brousseau looks over to third. The pitch on the way. Ground ball down to the third baseman, or the shortstop. Throw to first in time. Now they're going to go home. Oh, and that ball's going to just get past Stewart. They get the ground out at first. 6-3. Run comes in on the throw. So 1 out, runner at third for the Bulldogs. 1 run across here in the top of the 4th. Makes it 4-0 in favor of Grangeville. Thane Williams, top of the order for Grangeville, tripling a walk in his first 2 at-bats. And they're going to call a balk on Brousseau. I think Brousseau is asking what he did wrong. So I'll bring that run at third in, so it empties the bags. 5 runs in now for the Bulldogs. 5-0 in favor of Grangeville. Thane Williams waiting for his first pitch. Fouls that one down to the first base dugout. Strike 1. 0-1 count to Williams. On deck will be Troy Long for Grangeville. Another, to give a birthday shout, I think I've seen somewhere it's Jack Buell's birthday today. Wish Jack a happy birthday. Pitch looked okay, but a little high, I think. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch on the way. Now he's going to get it down in the dirt. 2-1 count to Williams. Two-one pitch on the way. Oh, that one was pretty nice. But it's going to be a ball. Ball 3. 3-1 count. That'll be a called strike on that next pitch. Runs the count full, 3-2 to Williams. Next pitch, fouled off. Count remains full to Williams, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. That'll be hit pretty hard out into right field, but Cody Mitchell there to make the catch for the out on the line drive. 2 outs, nobody on for the Bulldogs. They have 2 runs across here in the top of the 4th, though. Scores 5-0 in favor of Grangeville. Brings up Troy Long, a single and a walk in his first 2 at-bats. First pitch outside corner, strike 1. Next pitch misses. I think that was inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Pursuer lost his hat out there. 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside and low. 2-1 count. That one will be lifted into center field. And again, just into that gap between center and left. It'll drop for a base hit. Batting number 3 slot, the pitcher David Goakoa. Was out on a line drive in his first at bat, walked his second at bat, 2 outs and runner at first for Grangeville. Throw over to first, not going to be in time. First pitch on the way. That one's going to be past ball. I believe it was a ball outside. 1-0 count to Goakoa. Next pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 2. That'll advance long over to third on a wild pitch. 2-0 count to Goakoa. Chris Purcell is 75 pitches in the game. That pitch is going to be high. 3-0 count. Three-0 pitch on the way, and that one's up high again. Ball 4. We'll get a courtesy runner, catcher. Oh, I gotta see if I can find my lineup for Grangeville. Figure out who 0 is. I do with that card. I'm not sure what I do with my lineup for the Bulldogs. So I gotta figure out who 0 is. What did I do with their lineup? Oh, we'll leave him up there. JT Jackson was hit by pitch. So that loads the bases with 2 outs, brings up Taylor Brown. He has a ground out and a ground out. First pitch was, I think, a strike. That one's down low. Yeah, it might be 2 balls. Next pitch. That's a strike. See what the umpire shows here now. Right. Input that. Next pitch on the way. It's a ball. That's a 3-1 count to Brown. Three one pitch on the way. That's going to miss high. That'll bring a run across on a walk. Coach Brian Lounsbury going to go out. See if he's making a change. He's going to. We're going to have a change on the pitching mound. So we'll take a break. We'll come back when we know who it is and when we get things going again.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1 million in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's. And we are back. It'll be Landon Holmes taking the place of Brousseau on the mound. I believe Jackson Harold. Trying to see if Jackson shifted to third base, I think. I think that's what it is. I think Jackson shifted to third. And I think Peyton Lingo shifted over to short. First pitch from Holmes, a little low and a little outside. I don't know if this is his first pitching of the season or if he pitched any. I think he might have pitched a little bit in Bonners when they played Bonners. Next pitch. That one's going to be down low. Landon has some speed, some power, a little bit of movement. He's not a pretty good pitcher. Just got to find his zone. 2-0 count to Wasmuth. That one's going to be in the dirt as well. 3-0 count to Holmes. So 3-0 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4. Walks another run across for the Bulldogs. They are up 7-0 here in the top of the fourth with 4 runs across in the top of the fourth. Brings up Traven Sickles. Sickles, a fly out and a double for him. That double was into center field. Pitch on the way. That's a nice one. Strike one called down the middle. 0-1 pitch.
Just missed on the inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Bases loaded. That one again just a little low. 2-1 count now to Sickles. On deck is Told. In the hole is Poxleitner. Next pitch on the way, and that one misses as well. I think that one was a little low. Might have even missed outside. 3-1 count now to Sickles. Holmes started off with the strike and 3 straight balls afterwards. 3-1 pitch on the way. Leaves that one low. Ball 4 brings another one across for the Bulldogs. Gives the Bulldogs an 8-0 lead over the Lumberjacks. Will Told steps to the plate. 2 walks for him in the game. First pitch. Strike 1 on the fastball down the middle. Can't just throw fastballs, though, so you got to kind of give them a chase at something. 0-1 count. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be a high. The runner's going to take off for home. So base is no longer loaded as the run comes in on, I guess, what would be a passed ball. Runners at second and third. Bulldogs now up 9-0 over the Lumberjacks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Unless I didn't count that last pitch yet. On the way. Going to get a swing at that one. Strike 1 or 2. A little bit of a breaking ball that broke inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. That was down middle, strike 3. Oop. That'll retire the sides. There was 6 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs take a 9-0 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. And it'll be Landon Holmes at the plate with Peyton Lingo on deck when we return to Lumberjacks.
With a P1SCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend Checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary.
You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE St. Mary's.
Yeah, we are back. It'll be Landon Holmes leading off for the Lumberjacks. Be his second at-bat. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Lumberjacks have just the 1 hit in today's game so far. I'm not sure. I don't think that pitch counted for anything. I think the umpire kind of called time there. That'll be a first pitch strike. A 1 count. That's going to be a ball high, but that ball looked like it was a curveball had landed. I think thought it was going to come right at him. He ducked out of there and that curved back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ooh. Called strike 2 on that one. Again, looked like a curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Landon kind of looks back at the coach like, I thought that was a ball. 1-2 count to Holmes. Next pitch on the way and gonna bring him up on another called strike. A lot of movement on Goakoa's pitches. Goakoa has 3 1/3 innings, 12 batters faced, 10 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. I think that first pitch to Lingo was a ball, I think. 1-0 count to Lingo. Ground ball, foul down the first baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike, I believe, is the call. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Goakoa only has 48 pitches, so he's been very efficient today. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lingo, I think. Gonna take a big swing at that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Lingo. On deck is Brousseau, Chris Brousseau. That pitch is going to be fouled back. Way to battle. 2-2 count. 1-2 count to Peyton. Okay. 1-2 pitch on the way. Got him to chase one kind of low. Drop 3rd strike. And that'll bring up Chris Brousseau with 2 outs, nobody on for St. Mary's. Brousseau was hit by pitch in his first at bat. On deck is Amato Stewart. Inside and low on that one. Trying that curveball, looked like. Didn't quite cut back enough for him and was down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch on the way. Fouled off. 1-1 count to Brousseau as that ball ended up who knows where. That thing could have bounced up over the fence and into the street. Swing and a miss on that next pitch. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brousseau. Goakoa saying no signals from Williams. Now says yes. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and miss. Strike 3. And that'll be 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Lumberjacks here in the bottom of the 4th. And it is the Bulldogs leading 9-0 into the top of the 5th inning. It's the bottom of the order, Poxleitner for Grangeville when we return.
Well, well, well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24 plus years of experience and served from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we are back, and Lumberjacks have another change on the pitching mound, actually. Peyton Lingo goes to pitch, and Landon Holmes back to shortstop. Jackson Harold back over to third. Peyton taking his warm-up, some of his warm-up pitches here. I think maybe not wanting to have Landon throw too many pitches. I'm not sure, but Landon in there for just about a half an inning. Not even a half an inning, I don't think. And actually might be also trying to save him a little bit because they do have a doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch from Lingo is lined down third base line foul. Next pitch on the way. Comes down low. 1-1 strike to Poxleitner. On deck is the top of the order, Williams. Next pitch. Swing and miss. Strike two. Nice pitch by Lingo. 1-2 count. That'll be lifted into left. It'll drift foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Poxleitner. Next pitch on the way, inside and high on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. That pitch was nice, just a tad bit high. Runs the count full 3-2. 3-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to miss outside. So he had him where he wanted him. Let him off the hook a little bit there, but that'll put Poxleitner at first on the walk. Brings up the big hitter, Thane Williams. Williams has a triple, a walk, and a line out. First pitch to Williams for Lingo on the way. You're going to get a foul tip on that one for strike one. A 1 count to Williams. Lingo, the pitch on the way. Down low. Poxleitner gets over to second on the stolen base. 1-1 count now to Williams. That was a close one there. That was just low, I think. 2-1 count to Williams. 2-1 pitch on the way. A swing and a miss. Strike two. 2-2 count now to Williams. That pitch is going to miss up in the zone. Full count, 3-2. Peyton checks over to second base, sets back up. Looks again to second, pitch on the way. And that's ball 4. No outs. Runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. Brings up Troy Long. Troy, a single, a walk, and a single. Peyton checks over to second. The pitch on the way. Going to catch that outside corner for strike one called. I think just about all of his pitches, first pitches, have been strikes so far for Peyton. Checks the bags. Now the pitch on the way. That one's going to miss just outside. Troy thought about swinging at that. Checked up as that ball tailed off to the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch on the way. And I'm going to give him a called strike on that one. I wasn't sure if that one was going to be up a little bit too high in the zone. 1-2 count to Long. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to miss outside. Runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2. On deck is Goakoa for the Bulldogs. Two pitch on the way. That one's going to be fouled off once again. Oh! I thought I parked in a safe spot. Now I'm bounced over the fence and hit my car. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Long. Swing and a miss, and Lingo will get the strikeout. Runners on first and second, 1 out for the Bulldogs. Oxleitner at second, Thane Williams at first. Goakoa to the plate. Goakoa is 0 for 1, a line drive and 2 walks. Lingo gets his signals, checks the bags, pitch on the way. Ground ball down the third baseline. 0-1 count to Goakoa. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Lingo. Strike 2. That one is a high fly ball. And Landon Holmes makes the catch. That was kind of a tough one, as he didn't get really far enough back and has to kind of stretch out for that one, but it is an out. 2 outs for the Bulldogs now. Runners at first and second. J.T. Jackson. 2 flyouts and a hit by pitch. He's 0 for 2. First pitch is going to be fouled off. Strike 1 to Jackson. A 1 pitch on the way. That's down low. Ball gets under Stewart's legs there. Couldn't quite get out of the block, so the runners will advance on a passed ball. Poxleitner now at third. Thane Williams at second. 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson. Bulldogs up 9-0 here in the top of the 5th. That pitch will be fouled up and out as well. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jackson. Bingo. Sets up. Checks the bags. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball. Landon Holmes with the scoop. The throw to first in time. And the Lumberjacks will retire the sides with nobody scoring. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on base for the Bulldogs. Into the bottom of the 5th. It's St. Mary's trailing 9-0 to the Bulldogs. We are in the bottom portion of the order for St. Mary's. Amato Stewart, Sawyer Mantell, and Russell Brousseau, I believe, up next, unless there's been some changes. We'll find out.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
When you buy
And we are back, and mentioned it earlier, Goakoa have been very efficient on the mound. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. He's only got 55 pitches, just averaging about 10 pitches an inning. First pitch to Amato Stewart's going to be a little dribbler down that third base line, and Amato's they're going to try to throw that down to first. It's going to come off of the back of Stewart, and he'll be safe on, I guess we're going to call it an error. I think it was the pitcher that'll get credit for that as an error, is it he threw it into the back of the runner. Brings up Sawyer Nantel. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. He checked up. I think he asked the umpire. Next pitch. Swing and miss on that one. Strike 2. 0-2 count to Nantel. St. Mary's with a runner in scoring position. Ground ball down to the first baseman. Talon Brown able to scoop that up and tag the base for the out. Advances Stewart over to third. So 1 out, runner at third for the Lumberjacks. Russell Brousseau steps to the plate, his second at bat. Struck out looking in his first. I think that pitch must have just been a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, just high. 2 balls, no strikes to Brousseau. 2-0 count to Brousseau. That'll be a called strike. I don't think Goakoa has walked anybody tonight. I know he has 1 hit by pitch, but I don't think he's had any walks. Nope, no walks. Outside corner on a curve, it looked like. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Inside. Runs the count full. That one got away from Williams. Motto did not come in on that. I think he might have had time, but I'm not sure. Williams was back to the backstop pretty quickly. So a full count to Brousseau. Gonna get him on an inside pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Brings up McMurray in that number 9 slot, the designated hitter. Struck out looking his first at bat. That one's up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Another impressive stat here about Goakoa. He's got 17 balls and 49 strikes on the day. Now it'll be high and outside. 2 balls. Two-0 count to McMurray. Pitch on the way. Inside corner strike. 2-1 count now. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That looked like it might have been a bit of a fastball, maybe a little bit of a curve. 2-2 count now to McMurray. Two pitch on the way. Oh, if he could have laid off on that one, that might have been a ball inside. But it'll be strike 3. Oh, that's 3 outs. I thought that we still had 1 more out to go, but we didn't. Lumberjacks, no runs, no hits, 1 error for the Bulldogs, 1 left on base. Into the top of the 6th inning, the Bulldogs still lead at 9-0 over the Lumberjacks. And I'm not sure if we're making another pitching change to try to keep his pitching ready for tomorrow. We do have a new pitcher. It'll be Sawyer Nantel coming to the mound when we return. And batting for the Bulldogs will be Talon Brown.
Tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back. Here at Marzulli Field in St. Mary's, Lumberjacks taking on the Bulldogs Taylor Brown to the plate for the Bulldogs. First pitch from Sawyer Brown misses out. Sawyer Nantel misses outside for ball one. Taylor Brown at the plate. Hayden Wasmith on deck. I think that next pitch was a ball as well. Again, they've got a league doubleheader tomorrow, so they've got to keep, I think, as many pitchers with some arm as they can for tomorrow as well. So that's why we're seeing the basically half inning or 1 inning of pitching for some of these guys. That pitch is up high, ball four. As far as Lingo and Holmes, both pitched, I guess you'd call it a half inning. I think they said they're going to have a pinch runner. Now I've got to find Carolina. Who is number 99? Caleb Wilson. First pitch to Wasmith is going to be a swing and a miss for strike one. That one is fouled off. Strike two. Oh, 2 count to Wasmith. That one will be popped up foul down that first base line. I think it'll be out of play. Count remains 0-2 to Wasmith. Count remains 0-2 after the foul ball to Wasmith. No outs, runner on first for the Bulldogs. Grangeville leads 9-0. Now will be popped up on the infield. And let's see there. Oh, well, the runner never left from. I think the runner at first was out. Next, Craven Sickles hits one deep into left field. And I believe that's Chris Brousseau out there with the fly out. So Parker Garman going to come in and bat in place of Will Told. 2 outs, runner at second base for the Bulldogs. Nice curveball there from Nantel. Looked like a curveball. Strike one. Next pitch. Just left it high. Good eye by Garman to not want to swing at that. Might have been underneath it as he's batting with a number 2 pencil. 1-1 count. It looks like a pencil. Inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Garman. That's funny. First time I don't know if that's the first time that bat's come out, but the bat is colored like a number 2 pencil. The end of the barrel looks like an eraser. 2-1 pitch on the way. Oh, that one's going to get away from Sawyer. Ball 3, and that'll get Wasmuth over to third base. Lumberjacks don't want to let a run score here, because if they don't score any runs, the game would be over at the bottom of the 6th if they don't put any across the plate, as it would be a 10-run rule at the bottom of the 6th if St. Mary's gets into that position. 3-1 count to Garmin. Leave that one up high, ball 4. Brings up Poxleitner with runners at the corners for the Bulldogs. First pitch from Nantel. That's hit foul. I think that might be Hunter Brown in right field now. I think that's who made that catch on that last play. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice breaking balls. That broke to the outside. 0-2 count to Poxleitner. Low 2 count. That one's going to be down low. Runners coming in. And that'll be 10 runs for the Bulldogs now. So if they don't score any more runs here in the top of the 6th, St. Mary's gets third out, Lumberjacks will have to plate a run in the bottom of the 6th. High inside on Poxleitner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two count. Pitch on the way. Down low, ball 3. Runs the count full. Parker Garmin will get over on might have been a wild pitch. So full count to Poxleitner. And that'll be ball 4. Runners at the corners again for the Bulldogs. Top of the order, Thane Williams. Amato Stewart steps out in front of the plate, giving his signals for first and third. First pitch to Williams from Nantel on the way. Oh, that's high. Ball 1. That'll be fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Williams. You know, mentioned in our first broadcast for the boys' game against Post Falls that talking to Coach Lounsbury, they got a young squad this year. High outside. So that means a young bullpen, young batters. I still haven't really looked at the roster to see what grade everybody's. We got a few seniors, but I think there's a few sophomores, even a couple of freshmen on the varsity squad. That pitch comes across low. 3-1 count to Williams. And Vane will be hit by pitch. That'll load the bases up with 2 outs. Troy Long steps to the plate for the Bulldogs. A single, a walk, a single, and a strikeout swinging for him. Devin Hampton going to come out and courtesy run for the catcher. So Troy Long, first pitch from Mantell. Up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch on the way. That one's up high as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Long. On deck is Goakoa. Two-0 count on the way, or pitch on the way. That'll catch the inside corner, strike 1. 2-1 count to Long. 2-1 pitch on the way, up high. 3-1 count now. Three-one pitch on the way. That'll be low. Looked good at first, but dropped a little bit too low coming across. It'll walk another run across, gives the Bulldogs an insurance run on that 10-run rule. Coach Lounsbury, Brian Lounsbury, going to go out to see Sawyer. And going to make a change here. Mantell with 30 pitches. Looks like we might see Rezer Pugh come to the plate for the Lumberjacks. We'll take a break as they get the new pitcher warmed up.
Jacksville Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jacksville Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jacksville Trucking.
Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, "Go Lumberjacks!"
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
It's the kid in grade school who paints their face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back. Reeser Pugh taking the place of Sawyer Nantel. First pitch outside corner, strike one. Little update on Lumberjack's batting. I know St. Mary's on defense right now, but St. Mary's has been struck out 14 times today. 9 of those strikeouts have been caught looking. Next pitch will be down low, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Goakoa. One ball, 1 strike on the way. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Don't worry, they always get me too, Luke. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. That's going to be a foul. Got just a piece of it. Count remains 1-2 to Goakoa. Goakoa had a line drive out, 2 walks, and a fly out. He's actually 0 for 2 at the plate today. One-two pitch. Got him to chase one up high, and Reeser Pugh gets the strikeout. So the Bulldogs have an 11-point advantage, 11-run advantage. St. Mary's needs to plate 2 runs here, at least in the bottom of the 6th, to keep things going. The Bulldogs had 2 runs on 1 hit, and no errors, and 3 left on base in the top of the 6th. Grangeville leads at 11-0 over St. Mary's. Bottom of the 6th inning will have the top of the order for St. Mary's. Hayden Morris, Jackson Harold, Landon Holmes up to the plate.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record pickup copy today. Country Meats, formerly Scheffelmeyer's, is a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports. Country Meats offers retail meats as well as custom processing of your farm-raised animals. Country Meats has a retail shop in Harrison currently open on Saturdays, or stop by their main shop at 18500 South Lane Road in Cataldo. Check out Country Meats' website, countrymeatsid.com, and follow them on Facebook for updates on hours and special offers. That's Country Meats, formerly Scheffelmeyer's, also proud supporters of the Benoit County Fair.
And we are back. I want to give a shout out to another sponsor. I haven't had a chance to cut their commercial yet, but Potlatch Deltic Corporation, proud to sponsor our broadcast this year of Lumberjack Sports. Proud supporter of the St. Mary's community, one of the bigger employers here in town. They do a lot for the community, the Booster Club, and all of the nonprofits here in town. So shout out to Potlatch Deltic. First pitch to Caden Morris is going to be fouled over towards the pool for strike 1. Lumberjacks need to get a couple of runs on the bags here if they want to keep this game going. As far as trying to save pitchers for tomorrow, they may not want to keep it going too long. I'm not sure. 0-1 count. That one got just a piece of it. It's going to be a foul ball, but it's still strike 2. Now, if he was already at an 0-2 count, that would have been beneficial. 0-2. Morris. Oh! Had to duck out of the way of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goakoa, again, only 73 pitches through 5 innings. Struck out 14 batters. Walked none, hit 1. That's a big swing. Strike 3. That'll send Morris back to the dugout. Brings up Jackson Harold. Harold, a strikeout swing and a strikeout looking. That's probably been one of the things I not like the most today is the 9 strikeouts looking for St. Mary's. First pitch to Harold, outside corner. After 75 pitches, Goakoa hasn't even seemed to have lost any of his velocity. He's just been solid on the mound today. 0-1 count to Harold. Oh, that one makes Harold go to the ground. Ball, no, they're going to say it got him. They're going to say hit by pitch. No runner on first for the Lumberjacks. Landon Holmes to the plate. He's got a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking. 2-run homer right now would play well for St. Mary's as far as just keeping the game going. Low and outside on that first pitch. Ball 1. I mean, he is getting up in the pitch count now. 80, he gets up at, I think, 80 pitches is a lot. So, might start to get a little tired on the arm. That's going to be a sharp hit grounder. Booted up into the air by the third baseman, and I'm going to call it a single. I mean, that was a hard hit ground ball. Third baseman was trying to get that thing stopped and knocked down. Couldn't get it, though. Only the second hit of the game for St. Mary's. Brings up Peyton Lingo. 1 out, runners at first and second. Struck out looking, dropped third strike for him. First pitch cuts inside for a strike 1 as he swung at that one. It was kind of a high. I'm kind of questioning if they would have been able to hold off on it. That might have been a ball high. Everything's coming in on you so fast from Goakoa, though. Ooh, outside. Goodness, it gets that corner. That I thought was a little high as well, but strike 2. Next pitch. Called strike 3. That one was a nice looking pitch there. And another caught looking. That's, I think, 10 caught looking for Lumberjacks. 81 pitches now for Goakoa. Just to show you how efficient, though, 60 strikes to 21 balls by Goakoa. First pitch to Bruce. So, no, yeah, it is Bruce. No, it's Hunter Brown. Number 8. That ball is going to get lost. I'm going to call it a passed ball. Run the 2 runners advance. 2 outs. Runners at first and or second and third for the Lumberjacks. Two balls, no strikes to Brown. Two-0 pitch on the way. Outside corner. 2-1 count to Brown. That one will be up high. 3-1 count now to Brown. Under one of the freshmen on the team. 3-1 count to Brown. See if he can earn himself a spot on the bag. Oh, strike. I thought it was low as well, but I might have just held off late. Hunter thought it was a ball. I think everybody thought that was ball 4. Full count now to Brown. Gonna call that a called strike 3. And that will be ball game. 11-0, the Bulldogs win it. We'll take a quick break and give a quick recap.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
Spring is here, and you can make your home beautiful this summer with help from 10th Street Lumber. Besides all the building materials you'll ever need, 10th Street Lumber has landscaping supplies. They have landscaping bricks, concrete bricks, paving bricks, as well as planting materials. So stop by today, whether you're building a deck, a patio, or planting flowers, 10th Street Lumber has it all. 10th Street Lumber at 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, right here in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feed and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Now we are back. Tough game, tough day for Lumberjacks this afternoon as they fall to the Bulldogs 11-0 in 6 innings. And story of the day, kind of. I mean, the pitching for one. David Goakoa for the Bulldogs had a heck of a game on the mound tonight. He went all 6 innings, faced 23 batters, only threw 24 balls and 63 strikes. He had allowed 2 hits, but struck out 17 and had 2 hit batters. So very solid day of pitching for Goakoa. Defense didn't have to do too much for the Bulldogs out there in the outfield. The Bulldogs batted .273 on the day. So not a great batting average, but St. Mary's had a few more walks today than Grangeville, so they didn't get a lot of chances to put the bat on the ball. St. Mary's had 4 strikeouts with their pitching today, 15 walks, and 5 different batters for St. Mary's, or pitchers, I should say. All the pitchers recorded 1 strikeout except for Sawyer Nantel. Batting for St. Mary's, they batted .095, so not the greatest for St. Mary's today. Like I mentioned earlier, though, they are a young squad. The biggest number that I think the coach will look at is the 11 strikeouts looking. Striking out isn't all in itself a bad thing. It's when you go down staring at the ball and not taking a cut at it when you're down 0-2 in your count or, full count or something like that. So need to see some more swings at those close pitches late in the count or deeper into the count. But like I said, a young team for the Lumberjacks. They are going to figure some things out, and they'll come along. Grangeville scored 1 run in the first. They didn't put anything across in the second. They scored 2 in the third, 6 in the fourth. 5th inning, no score for the Bulldogs, 2 more in the 6th. That gave them their 11-0 lead on 6 hits with 1 error and 10 left on base. St. Mary's couldn't find home plate today. They had 2 hits, no runs, and no errors committed. I mean, maybe they might have been 1 error, but for the most part, they fielded the ball pretty well. 5 left on base for St. Mary's. So they did get 5 on base. They just couldn't get any of them brought across home plate. And baseball a lot tougher to pick our player of the game. And I got to get some player of the game certificates out there from Taco About It. I want to thank Taco About It for our player of the game sponsor. And making a couple of nice catches out there in left field early on in the day was Jackson Harold. So we're going to give Jackson the Taco About It player of the game for today. And once again, Lumberjack boys varsity fall 11-0 to the Bulldogs, and I think that puts St. Mary's 0-2 in league play, and 1-5, I think, overall. St. Mary's will be back here at home tomorrow. They're going to be hosting the Priest River Spartans in a double header. It'll be both boys and girls playing. We will go down probably and set up and broadcast the girls' game, at least the girls' games probably, and keep an eye on hopefully some updates from the boys. The girls right now up in Kellogg, that game should be, well, it is underway. They're an hour into that game. They played at 3 o'clock up in Kellogg today, and hope they're doing well up in the Silver Valley. That's going to do it for us here from Marzulli Fields at St. Mary City Park, though. Have a great day. If you're not doing nothing, come on down and cheer on the JV boys in the second game of the afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to another broadcast of high school sports on KOFE 1240 AM St. Mary's, your home for high school sports broadcast. We want to take a moment to thank our sports broadcast sponsors and hope that you'll do the same. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Until next time, have a great rest of your day.